welcome each and every one of you, and as I do so, I would encourage you to welcome all those who are around you as well. As you all know, we are simulcasting not just on my Facebook page and on YouTube, but we are also on FM, we are on satellite. Do not forget that those of you who are worried about your data, you can listen to us via any of the app that are streaming this content this very morning. You can download Radio Biafra, you can download TuneIn, you can download Sweet Radio.
The ambassador has been stuffed with cash. The US ambassador has been given money, so they will not talk. That's why Halliburton is there and ExxonMobil is there. Every major country has a share. In Biafra land, they have a share in oil. China has no share in oil, but they have said to China, take any part of Nigeria you want. That is their game, if you don't know. If you don't know, we tell you, that is their game. And Army, why are you not in Southern Kaduna? You claim you're here to fight insecurity, you're about helping police and all that rubbish. Why are you not in Southern Kaduna? Why are you in Biafra land? All those stupid checkpoints, all that rubbish. Why? Because we have limited manpower to tackle Southern Kaduna killings. So if you cannot go and deploy in Southern Kaduna to keep the peace, then how can you defeat Boko Haram? How can you defeat ISIS? Al Qaeda in the Maghreb? And Saru? And Yetiala? How can you defeat them? How can you defeat all these people if you cannot go to Southern Kaduna to keep the peace? At least be a peacekeeping force. No, because the army is part of the process. The army has been Fulanized. The army, they are now using terrorists. The army is there to make sure that the Fulani hegemony continues to advance to the sea, to the Atlantic Ocean. That's what they're doing. In case you don't know. In case you don't know, that is what the army, they asked the army, go Google it, military commander, we have limited manpower to tackle Southern Kaduna killings, but the Fulanis are there killing people, being supplied weapons by El Rufai, the governor of the state. All the Fulani governors have ganged up, they are pumping money to their people. They want to take you over. Then what are the Southern governors doing? They are helping them. What are the Southern traditional rulers doing? They are helping the Fulani by trying to clamp down on IPOB. And the day when I know them very well, any day, oh, they're terrorists. We tell you, they're terrorists. As if we don't have the dose, we have everything. Well documented, well prepared, stage after stage, line by line. They can control. That is why I've been warning IPOB. You people must go on Twitter. I said everybody is an order. Everybody. Before the end of August, I want every IPOB family member to be on Twitter. I don't care if you know how to tweet or not. Our lives are in danger. You people want us to repeat the same mistakes of 70 when they shut the door on us everywhere. But on Twitter, everybody is a journalist. On Twitter, everybody is a correspondent. I am warning you now, you must go on Twitter because the real battle is coming. They are going to lie against us. They will lie against us. They will use saboteurs. They will use traitors. They will lie. They will keep lying and lying and lying. We must counter them. We must have all this evidence we have. We are going to use it to educate the whole world as to the evil going on. And I want the various countries of the world to ask their ambassadors in Abuja what is happening in Abuja. What is going on in the zoo in Nigeria? We are going to make it possible. The time now is 10:10. Am I correct? It's 9:01. Not 10, 9:01 p.m. in the land of Biafra. The same number of minutes past the top of the hour wherever you are. Wherever you are, the same number of minutes past the top of the hour. We are bringing you a live presentation that the world may know the truth about the zoo, Nigeria. A place of iniquity, a place of darkness, a place of hell, where people are being killed. We have another news from Southern Kaduna. The day that the Southern Kaduna youth rise up, they will name them, they will label them terrorists. All of you are there now quiet. Their mothers are being taken, their wives are being taken, their children are being slaughtered. All of you are quiet. You have kept quiet because a black man is evil. You are quiet because in your heart, in your soul, in your blackened soul, a black man is evil. You see evil happening and you keep quiet. When the people who are the victims react, you then open your gob and be talking rubbish. Nigerian newspapers. You'll be talking nonsense at the end of it. You talk rubbish. You will talk nonsense. Now that innocent people are being killed, did anybody report here that Southern Kaduna youths killed anybody? The answer is no.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra, London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land. We are here once again, live and direct. Today is the 4th day of March in the year of our Lord 2021. I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers, even tell your family members. Also, do not even leave your enemies. I welcome each and every one of you to today's edition. Only you have to be here with a dose of your common sense. That is the most criteria. The most criteria or criterion to listen to Radio Biafra, London. Our leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has sacrificed everything, who has taken the bull by the horn, in order to make sure that not only Biafrans are liberated, but to whom it may concern, every other ethnic nationality in that quagmire we call Nigeria should be liberated. Should, I say, underline, should. That is why he made sure Chukwukabiyama use him. He is a divine gift to all of us, to this generation. That stone that the builders refuse or throw away or threw away has become the great cornerstone. That is the importance of consistency. When you look around in the social media, when you look around, you listen around, you see some fallen demons. People that would have consistently been in the struggle. Somebody like Wazirike. When you look at him, even you pity him because he's a dead person walking. Sin, crime, betrayal, sometimes it makes somebody look so ugly physically. I'm telling you. When you look at him, you look at the person, you look at Wazirike physically, you don't even resemble a human being. Physically. Just look at them. Look at them, all of them. Just look at them physically. Look at how they are. No matter the billions they are taking, you don't even see it in their body. They resemble death itself. So that is from there you know that the person is under constant torment. I know that no matter when you look at Owazike, look at him through the eyes, look at him deeply, you see that he is tormented all the time. He is not enjoying his money. No matter. He is in agony, perpetual agony. And he will continue until the other side, the other dimension. That is how it is. That is the reality. When you leave what you're supposed to be doing, you become distracted because of money and position. Start talking another thing. People died because of what you are doing. You put people in their graves, people that believed you, and you betray them. Do you think that the person will, even in another dimension, the person will still be like flowing, flowing atom that has no base. According to Hindu religion, they believe in reincarnation. Of which, we in our tradition we have reincarnation. Even in the Bible, there is reincarnation in the Bible. So it's not a strange thing. After all, when Christ comes, some say it's Elijah. And they say Elijah will come back again. So Elijah that died, how is he going to come back if it's not through reincarnation? Sometimes we read Bible, read all these things, we don't understand. So, because why I'm explaining this, because if I say, as I talk about Hindu, people will say, no, this is a story. No. Hindus, they believe in reincarnation. They believe that you continue reincarnating. Life is a cycle until you reach a perfection they call nirvana. That time it will be perfect. That is why they believe that when you are a human being, you can be a human being in this life because of the bad things you do. The next life you become a cow. You become a cow. Another life, if the cow you do good things also, in the next life you can become a monkey. That is why in the streets of Delhi, India, you see all these monkeys and animals, roaming on the streets, because they believe that they are former human beings. They can die and come back to be human beings also. And from there you can die and come back as a lower caste or bigger caste. It depends on your work. So that is it. So if it is in Hindu, this kind of person, Owazike, maybe if he dies and he will come back as maybe, what is the most ugly living thing, or something that is inconsequential. Maybe he can come as a cockroach, living inside the sheet, maybe. Living inside a shit hole, direct shit hole. Because he destroyed lives and used people's lives, sitting down on people's life and continue deceiving people as if he's doing something positive. Whereas all his life is negativity. We are here in this platform not to mince words. We say it as it is, because we have vowed, we swear, or we swore, in order to speak the truth, and nothing but the truth. It doesn't matter, even if we take our lives. That is who we are, and we are consistent. Therefore, if you don't have common sense, please sell everything you have and buy one. Because without common sense, anything you have around you, it means nothing. It's of no use to you until you have common sense. That is how real human beings should be, with common sense. Therefore, come here with a dose of your common sense. That is what is required. I once again welcome each and every one of you to today's edition of Radio Biafra House of Service, coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London, we must continue by calling the name of Chukwuka Abiyama. Our Father who art in heaven, the creator of the whole universe, we have once again gathered in your presence in this hallowed platform in order to do the right thing. Chukwuka Abiyama, you never forget your people. That is why you sent us this divine gift called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It shows that you never abandon us, no matter our sins, no matter the sins of our ancestors. Behold how we are scattered all over the world, dear friends. Oh, Chukwuka Abiyama. We are groaning and crying anywhere we are, everywhere we are. Because Nigeria, Britain used Nigeria in order to kill and destroy the light. But light is indestructible. They are using Nigeria in order to diminish who we are, kill us and kill our talents. They use Nigeria in order to make sure that we are enslaved and subdued. But this time around, we have answered the call in order to save ourselves and save our generations from the ugly state we find ourselves in. Therefore, Chukwuka Abiyama, we know that in the darkest part of darkness, light shines brightest. That it is not by mistake that you create us in the center of the whole universe. 0 degrees latitude and 0 degrees longitude. In this part of the Erebus, the black world, for us to bring light. And light we are bringing. And nothing will stop it, because you are with us. Therefore, Chukwuka Abiyama, I pray, committing our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu into your care. Guide him, O God, as you have been doing. The God of our ancestors, guide and protect him. Even the entirety of the indigenous people of Biafra. Behold, even Chineke, the East ESN, those that are called in order to defend our land with their lives, even unknown gunmen, we pray that thou, God, Chukwuka Abiyama, to guide and protect them. Whenever we start something, people laugh at us. The same way they laughed at David when Goliath laughed at David when he came. Just a small lad, a small boy. But you use him to work wonders. That is the same way they laughed at us when our leaders started this journey. They were calling us names. Oh, miscreants, oh, small boys, oh, the jobless people. But today, the stone that the builders refused has been a great cornerstone. It is not by our might. It is neither by our power. Though we are doing our best, but every other thing depends on you. Therefore, continue in this good work, that at the end, Nigeria will be destroyed. And through the ashes of Nigeria will rise up those nations, different ethnicities that are caged in that quagmire. Behold, even our Ududuwa brothers and middle betters. Father, give them more courage. Father, give them courage and let them be consistent in what they are doing. That they will understand that this time around, that we in this generation must take our destiny in our own hands. Thank you, Chukwuka Abiyama, for in your name we have prayed. He said, He said, once again, I welcome each and every one of you to today's edition of Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE, coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. I am waiting for my comrade, which I will bring in anytime he comes. But nonetheless, we must continue. Nonetheless, we must continue. I will start by making my normal and usual remark. Please stop calling or referring to these people as the House of Fulani. There is nothing like a House of Fulani as a people. This terminology is used in deceiving everybody, including the Hausas. The Hausas are a great people, or they were a great people with a big population. But the Fulanis are minority. They are minority in population, and they are nomads. They are not indigenous to Nigeria. They just use religion to manipulate the minds of the Hausas, and the Hausas foolishly and stupidly fell. They started killing themselves and offered themselves as sacrifices, very cheap sacrifice to the Fulani. That is what happened. That is what happened. And their attitude, the ease with which they were manipulated, even surprised the Fulani, Ottoman Danfodio. Therefore, he thought that he can do the same thing to everybody in that region, down to, what do you call it, the ocean. You know, when you find things easy, it will encourage you. It's normal. It's life. It's the fact. It's a reality. It's the truth of life. But he was stopped at Benue by the TV people, by the TV. But in history, they will tell you that, oh, it is the British that stopped the. No, the TV stopped them in Benue. They couldn't even conquer the TV people. You understand? Talk less of thinking that they will conquer everybody. That is why Professor Denny, you call them, he said the Fulani, they are very stupid, they are foolish. They think that they have, butterflies calling themselves bird. In the next 1,000 years, they cannot conquer any Sultana, I'm telling you. You know what happened in Ilori? It's a Fonja that invited them. Conspiracy, internal treachery. That is why he helped them. Even now, Ottoman Danfodio and his son, what is the name of his son, came down to Ilori with the Hausas. Because they take Hausas they use Hausas to do their dirty jobs. That is why they were able to conquer Ilori with the help of the local people, Afonja, that knows everything. That is how the Fulanis they fight. They must use somebody, a local. And you know what? Study history, you will see that gangs, they say Yoruba gangs, not even organized military. Gangs conquer the Fulani in Ilori. When they want to expand now, they stop them. Britain, you see, slaughtered, massacred many Fulani emirs. Under a few months, they were enslaved. I mean, they were conquered by the British. But We Biafrans, we gave Britain tough time. Almost 40 years. For almost 40 years. They were not able to subdue us until almost 40 years. When our people started this selfishness. I have to emphasize, because that is the truth. Ekumeku started as a very massive army, secretive, mass attack, mass defense. If they touch Anioma, everybody from Arochukwu to Ibibio, they will come and defend there. If they touch Efik land, everybody from Anioma to Enugu to Arondizogo, everywhere, they will come. But when that virus, selfish virus, entered, now people started complaining. The normal disease of a typical Biafran, Igbo man. If I talk about Igbo, know that I'm talking about Biafra. The typical disease. Now it's our people that are dying too much. Why? You people are too weak. This one say, the way you can fight, I can fight like that. In short, if like that, let everybody defend his community. And Britain laughed, say yes. They attack Anioma and the others say no, he never reach here, don't worry. They are weak, that's why we told them they are weak. They captured Anioma. They came to Arochukwu, Ibibio said, no, don't worry. We are here now, Dinpa. We are Dinpa. These people, we tell them that they are weak. That the same way they started capturing one place after another. And that is how Ekumeku fell woefully. People don't understand what it means to be in a bunch. We continue preaching it here. To be in a bunch is the most important thing that will happen to a people for communal survival, collective survival. Therefore, before I digress, please stop doing the wrong thing by calling or referring to them as a Hausa Fulani. They are Hausa as a different people and Fulani as a different people. Thank God that many of them are starting to open up. The only thing is this, that they have fear. I'm telling you honestly. They are afraid because for them they are living together with the Fulani. So they easy targets. That is the fear they have, the fear factor. Together with the people in the middle belt. You know, they have been infiltrated too. That is why you have bandits. These are terrorists. They brought to win election. Everybody know it. That's it. So please stop calling them Hausa Fulani. There is nothing like Hausa Fulani as a people. Is that thing? Once you are referring to them as Hausa Fulani, you are helping in the Fulanization agenda. You are making the Fulani resemble, butterfly that you are calling a bird. You'll be very happy and feel larger than life. But when you call him a cockroach, he is. Now he will sit down on his position. That is the reality. The Fulani, what they used to do, any place they go, they make sure that they corrupt the blood lineage. Do you know that what do you call him? Tafawa Balewa. The Prime Minister, the first Premier of Nigeria. He's not even Hausa, he's from a tribe they call the Gere tribe. I think he was in Bauchi. Although his mother has a blood lineage of Fulani. I think one of the parents of his mother is a Fulani. That is how they do. But he is from Gere tribe. And unfortunately, that tribe now in Bauchi is going extinct. Let me tell you. The Fulani have used the Hausa to absorb them. This is a crime against humanity. People don't know. UNESCO is trying to protect all these things to avoid up to 70 people. is extinct because they now see themselves as Hausa. It's what the Fulani they have done. But all these people, the worst is that Nigerian journalists, they don't do investigative journalism to find out all these things, what is happening. How can they, there is no Nigerian journalist. What they have is brown envelope. People that they will quote what happened in Lekki, they will start quoting CNN from America that comes from thousands of kilometers. Not we talk, according to CNN, there's a report. Well, you know, there's shame of Nigerians, they shame me, I'm telling you. These are things that people should be doing. Journalists should be inquiring, why are these people going extinct? It's not normal. Just like the Taino people of the Americas, the West Indies. The original people there, they are called the Taino, the original indigenous population. But they are extinct. Do you understand? That is why the Amazonians are being protected in their culture. They are allowed to live in their culture. Even the Red Indians, they are protected, allowed to live in their culture. Do you understand? The right of the indigenous people. But in Nigeria, all these things, it doesn't matter. Let me tell you, in a restored Biafra, we will make sure that we go down to earth to protect everybody, every culture, every civilization. As far as it doesn't disturb any other people, or it doesn't trample on the rights of people. What you do in cultures is to, if the bad things, the bad cancers in cultures, you refine, it undergoes refining, mutation, because that is human being for you. After all, 200 years back, people were not flying aeroplane, but changes made people to start flying, discover or invented flying. That is it. That is it. So culture is the same thing. No culture is perfect. Every culture has bad part and good part. So when you do, what do you do? You both saw the arts when they entered Benin Kingdom. They said, look, we never see this kind of arts before. They secretly stole everything. And today, most of the arts you are seeing, the world arts you are seeing, renowned arts, they copied many things from the Benin Kingdom, the Benin arts. You don't know that. But you will never see it in history. No. Because how would they bring credit to Africa? But what they will only tell you there is, yes, it's true that Benin Kingdom was soft. When they met Benin Empire, it was, according to one Englishman, he said it's a stench of death. He called it the stench of death because of human sacrifice. It's very absurd and disgusting. It's true. And some of all these ones, they are practicing all these things, albeit secretly today. That is why when an Oba dies, they have to bury him with heads of human beings, 7 or 8 heads, I don't know. These are things that people should, because human beings, we are changing, we are mutating. The way human beings look in this century, in last 100 or 200 years, it wasn't like that. The looks of human being was not like that. It's true, it's reality. There is always evolution, and we must evolve with time. That is what makes us human being. That is what makes us to be called Homo sapiens, thinking, because that is the brain. You have to shed things that are bad. You can learn it from others, from other culture. Other cultures also will take something good from your culture, but you will not know. You might not know. Japan, they learned many things from the modern Europe during the 16th century when Europe first visited Japan. Do you understand? Japan copied many things like modern weaponry. That time the samurais, they were using sword, bow and arrow. But when they saw the European weapons. They were amazed and they copied it and they replicated it. Do you see? But they didn't jettison their culture, their basic culture. They didn't jettison it. But the saddest part of it is in our land today, we completely jettison our culture. There is something that what do you call him? Shawore. He did last 2 days. Even personally, I love it. I'm telling you. I say if you are going to court today, instead of going to a lawyer, going with a lawyer, you see your native doctor being at your back. I love it. Anyhow, I love it. People will not even mess with you because that is your culture. Personally, I love it. You cannot condemn because I must wear a suit. What is if they tell you the origin of suit and tie? You will even say, Lord, must I wear suit or tie or this and that to be called a real human being? Let us always reason like human beings, please. We must continue. Please let us do the right thing by separating these people. Because the Hausa, they are also victims of the Fulani onslaught, Fulani terrorism. The Hausa, they are victims today. They understand. All other indigenous population in the north, tribes, every other tribes in the north, they are victims together. But their problem is fear. And Fulani, they are still using their religion and their emirs and their power to intimidate them because they are in their midst. They are lording it over them. These people, they need help. We need to talk to them. We need to deliver them. That is why the essence of our existence as Biafrans, because we are the light. We are the light. That is what you are doing. Let us do the right thing. Today, I'm going to go straight to the topic of my submission. It might look somehow, but let me say the topic of my submission is importance of building coalition or alliance. Listen attentively so that you can understand what I'm saying. Importance of building coalition or alliance. Let me tell you one thing. Building a coalition or alliance involves intelligence, selflessness, and vision. Without all these factors, you cannot be able to build coalition or alliance. It's impossible. You know, as they say, a tree cannot make a forest. That is it. You see, the reason why our leader has been consistent. He never changed the way he speaks. Instead, he adds more essence to the way he speaks. Intelligence and selflessness. It's not like people that will go today, they will speak one thing, tomorrow they will change. Now, the condition changes them. As far as you are on the right track, listen. You must continue. As I said, I'm talking about the importance of building coalition or alliance. This building of coalition or alliance involves intelligence, selflessness, and vision. Because a tree cannot form a forest. Let me tell you this story. During the Second World War, Hitler, Germany, they decimated the whole of Europe. They conquered France. Even, I think, 1941, they overran France, I think 40 or 41. The war started 39. Within small time, they overran France like. It was only Britain standing, United Kingdom. And do you know why? It is not because Hitler cannot or couldn't have taken Britain. No, it was not like that. But Hitler made a very strategic mistake. Sorry, I'm building something so that you understand from scratch. You know, Hitler thought that Britain was, anyway, leave these people, just bombard them and leave them. They are often mano. Anytime we don't want to, we take them. France was gone. Charles de Gaulle ran away from France. He established, I think, first of all, he went to Algeria, and later I think he was in England also, running government from exile. Hitler, instead of running over, let me tell you, once you're on the wrong side, you must make mistake. That demon that is pushing you must push you into mistake. That is exactly what the Fulani are doing. When you make mistake, Hitler made a very strategic mistake. Go and study the Second World War. He would have immediately overrun United Kingdom, because that time even Winston Churchill was panicking. He was panicking that any time the Nazis, they can invade, and that is it. He's ready to run. But do you know what? Hitler made a very strategic but fatal error he committed by not taking England. By concentrating, now he felt that he is all and all, or he was all and all. He started facing the East, the Soviet Union. That is where of which even Joseph Stalin didn't believe that Hitler will betray their accord and attack him, because two of them are almost the same thing, the same character. People that have ambitions of conquering the world. So before the war, they signed a non-aggression pact. Hitler signed with Stalin that they will under no circumstances must they attack each other. No. And they were psychopaths. So Stalin trusted. Even when Stalin received intelligence that that Hitler is planning to attack Soviet Union, Stalin he cautioned the intelligence and threw it into the dustbin. And he said, no, it can different intelligence. He said no, he will take once he take England, now he will be ruling Western Europe. He will be in Eastern Europe ruling. So two psychopaths. That was the very strategic error of the Second World War, and that is what cost Hitler the war. And that is the plan, the deliverance from God. Otherwise, had it been immediately, he bombarded London. He bombarded England like anything, without even resistance. Much more resistance anyway. Had it been that time, he would have taken England. But the way God would have had it, because he knows that Hitler is evil, he made that strategic mistake by now leaving England and concentrating in the north, to Soviet Union or East. And then he said, okay, it gave Winston Churchill the necessary air to Britain now to start continue his counter offensive and counter plans. And one of those plans, the major plans of Winston Churchill, that was the Prime Minister of Britain as of that time, was to form a coalition with Frank D. Roosevelt. That was the president of United States as of that time into joining the war because America were neutral. They were neutral. They say it doesn't concern them. After all, this is old Europe. Listen, I'm building a background for you to understand my topic, please. Let me read this. One of the methods Britain, you respect them. They are highly intelligent. They contribute, no matter how yap them, disdain them, do anything. But let me tell you, Britain contributed a lot in the advancement of humanity. I'm telling you honestly. Forget about their government. They contributed immensely to the advancement of humanity. This agricultural and the industrial revolution, it started in England. Many discoveries, many things in England that is helping humanity. So that is why when I look at them, I say, anyway, that is the truth. They are very intelligent. Do you know that Britain you are seeing today, although it's not absurd anyway, because after all they colonized USA, that is the world power today. The only thing is that Britain is treading the path of destruction by supporting evil against the children of light, and it's totally unacceptable. Do you know British M16, that is the foreign intelligence? You know, M15, M15 is the local, just like FBI. But the M16 is for foreign intelligence. You know, M16 as that name was formed since 1912. But it has the Secret Service of Britain has been in existence since 1569, 1569, formed by one man called Sir Francis Walsingham. Do you know when CIA you are hearing today as if it started from time? No. CIA was just formed 1947 yesterday. 1947. Although it was proceeded before, it was called the Coordinator of Information, COI, which was formed also 1941. 1941 during the Second World War. When you hear CIA, this and that, CIA is just not long time. The main old guy is M15. These are the main old guy. Britain. Since the 16th century, they have been there, but with different names. M15 is the First World War, 1912. Prior to the First World War, it was changed into M16. And even it might be funny, but it's truth. Britain helped even to train the first CIAs. They helped them to train them. But today, they are on top. That is why it is not who started race first. Do you see how life is? People will say, no, Biafra, how can you do the way? No, you come, you will fail this and that. I say, it is not who started first. Just don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. It is the people, the eagerness, the love of your country makes you build a model, a country model. In Nigeria, everybody hates Nigeria. I'm telling you honestly, both even Fulani. They are just using that name Nigeria in order to make sure to colonize to enslave everybody. But that name, no person loves Nigeria. Nobody. Forget about even all these politicians. Oh, God bless Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. Where? Because they are stealing from it. That is the only thing. Their oil wealth, that is the blessing. God is blessing them. That is why you see them playing lip service. With a genuine love of your country, you build a vibrant, advanced country. Advanced civilization. With a genuine love. If you love, let me tell you, if you love your country, no person can even give you, no matter what, if he give you the whole world to say your country, you say no. No. Do you see the Fulani? They will give you the whole excuse in this world. Oh, the northern borders are porous. Oh, this and that. We cannot control, but they can effect the blockade. They can effect the blockade of food from Middle Belt even, not from North. But they cannot control other borders. Do you see that? And they effected the complete blockade of Biafra, air, land and sea. 1960s, when there was no too much modern technology like now. But today, once it comes to Fulani, they say, no, we cannot control. Hey, the border is porous. We have to apply for ECOWAS protocol to be reviewed. They continue wasting time, buying time. As far as they are buying time, their people are coming for their agenda to be in progress. And the stupid Nigerians, very foolish, docile set of people are believing. Our leader, I understand him, I feel him. The frustrations he used to have when he's on air is the same thing I have. About the foolishness, the stupidity of the people that call themselves Nigerians. How these Fulani, they have been manipulating everybody. It's in your eyes and you are watching it, you are laughing. You are watching it and you can't do nothing. You feel that you can't do nothing. Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State told you that, look, we are using Nigerian resources to bring Fulani from every part of Africa to be here in Nigeria. Nothing you can do about it because we are all Fulani. Nothing. We are not. Nigerian doesn't matter to us. He say it Koro national television. People are still there watching. You see people here. Now Nigeria with. What kind of people are these? You see, even all those people that call themselves intellectuals that are paraphrasing him, defending him. No, it didn't mean that. What he means is, the parallelism of that they are swallowing you, and you are even, they give you money, you start defending them. You are enemies to destroy yourself. How can you look at these people? You see, sometimes I say, are these people really real human beings? That's why I call them primitive Neanderthals, honestly. It doesn't matter. You are nothing in my presence, even if you have 100 PhD. You are nothing. As far as you come, start defending the indefensible. Nigeria, I say you are nothing. I don't care who you are. I simply look at you as a very stupid Neanderthal. You are there. Somebody is telling you that, look, we are bringing our people, our tribe from every Africa, installing in your ancestral land. Tomorrow you say, so, they are killing us, Fulani herdsmen, they are in our land. But they are saying it, and we are calling for you to do something you don't want to do something. You say you are calling us, no, these are prescribed by POB, and no, these are rumor mongers. But they are telling you something, Koro, in your lifetime, and you are doing nothing about it. You are more than stupid, because stupidity is not the right word. I don't know any word that is worse. I'm telling you. So let me go back to what I was saying. Fearing Britain, fearing the onslaught of Germany during the Second World War, when France was down, they started campaigning for America to join them. Because before that, listen, during that time, America had no too much close affinity with Britain. According to statistics that time in 1940, 7% of Americans thought the US should declare war on Germany. Only 7%. Do you understand? Do you know why? Because I said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you via Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olo province of Biafra land, and we are here live and direct. Today is the 15th day of April 2023. Today is Saturday. Tatabo Obochi Orie. Therefore, without taking any more time, I will hand over the platform to the head of the Directorate of States of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Chika Edoziem. Mazi, please, over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mazi. Jonathan Chinedu. I believe you can hear me as well.
Not only me, the whole world is hearing you to the four corners of this planet Earth. Go on, please.
Wonderful. Good evening, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom, men of goodwill and good conscience. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to you, wherever you may be at this very hour, depending on your time zone. My name is Mazi Chika Edoziem. I come from Ihe Oma. Ihe Oma is in Olo province of Biafra land. And by the mercy and grace of Chukwukikabiyama Premierine, I serve the indigenous people of Biafra in the Directorate of State as the head of Directorate. Before I go on, let me as well bring greetings to all of you from the supreme leader of this great movement, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We all know him that irrespective of his personal challenges, no matter and notwithstanding any physical pain he may be going through, he always has the wider family of IPOB in his heart and in his thoughts and his prayers. And as he has us in his prayers, as he has us in his thoughts, same way I will enjoin all of you tonight to unceasingly continue to commit Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the hand of Chukwu Kikabiama Prumihenine. And of course, in the hands of our ancestors, that they may continue to keep, strengthen, and envelop him with their spirit, so that this journey which heaven itself brought him out, he, Onyendu, will accomplish it to the glory of Chukwu Kikabiama Prumihenine. Yes, we are aware. We are aware. We've heard those of our legal representatives that have visited him of recent, a couple of days to be precise. They have brought concerns to us regarding his health, but we trust Elohim that he that has kept him well from the beginning that he was called for this very assignment will continue to keep him until the end, which is the freedom of the people of heaven, of the children of Chukwu Abiyama, and the liberation of the land of Biafra. We must continue to trust in Chukwu Abiyama. Now, we are aware that a lot has happened in these past months. I mean, actually, from the beginning of this year, a lot has been going on, and within the Zoo enclave itself, and of course, within the great IPOB family, as it concerns our struggle and our movement for the liberation of our land and our people. What I can assure Biafrans from the onset this very night is whether they hear our voice or not, they must be assured. In fact, they should be rest assured that the DOS, the Directorate of State of the Indigenous People of Biafra, the leadership of this great movement, which our leader Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put in place, is leaving stone unturned. We are not relenting in any manner in doing what has to be done, what must be done, what needs to be done, what should be done to ensure that our objectives, which remained same as always, are both fulfilled. Our immediate objective, as I have always informed Biafrans, is to ensure that Onyendu rejoins us, the family that he has left for going to 18 months and counting now, and of course rejoin us in order to continue the battle forward and to continue on the work and the mission which heaven laid upon the hand and head of our leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And of course, our second objective, the most, one of the, well, I wouldn't apportion importance to both of them, but both are as important. One is as important as the other. The other objective we have is that Biafra must come. Biafra must be restored, and that under our watch. Under the watch of this generation. This battle, after seeing what we have seen these past 3 months, This battle is not one that we can afford not to be victorious in it. This war is not one that we can leave for our children to fight. Because if we do not accomplish the objective of freeing our people and our land, you can be rest assured that our generations and our children unborn will remain forever slaves in the zoological republic of Nigeria. But Chukwokike forbid, heaven forbid that should be the case. Heaven forbid that we will not accomplish this very objective of a free, independent, and sovereign Biafran nation. We must accomplish. First of all, I want to remind Biafrans of what is coming next month. What we are known to do in the month of May, 30th of May to be precise. 30th of May is the Biafran Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day. And on this very day, we remember those who have gone fighting for our liberation. We remember men and women who laid down their lives that we who are still alive must continue on this battle and on this journey and honor their huge sacrifice, their ultimate sacrifice, their supreme sacrifice. We must honor that sacrifice which they have made with the victory of a free Biafran nation, of a sovereign Biafran nation, of an independent Biafran nation. And on the 30th of May 2023, we will observe this very day as we have always done in the past. In Biafra land, there will be a total turn of carrying nothing. Money until the to have a retrospection of the journey so far, with prayers for the departed family members of this great movement, in the genocide that was carried out against the Biafran people in the 1967 to 1970. Of course, we know, those of us who are alive today, we are witnessing a repetition of history in our lives. Our people are victims of unprovoked killings and murders. Our people's properties are targets of unprovoked hatred and jealousy and envy all over the place in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. That is why I said that this generation, this battle is not one that we will leave for anybody. And heaven is with us, and therefore victory shall be ours. On the day of our Heroes Remembrance Day, heroes and heroines, of course, our people should prepare to buy a kola nut, one kola nut on that very day. That kola nut, we shall also use it up as a point of contact with heaven and with our ancestors. We must pray to them, committing our struggle, committing our land, and of course, it is my belief that, of course, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will be with us as we do this year's May 30th Remembrance Day. And that same kola nut as well we will use to thank heaven, to thank Chukwokike for bringing him back to us and for strength so that he will continue to lead us to freedom and to live. There is a very topical issue that is going on as we speak. And this topical issue emanated as a result of the concluded selection process that took place in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. I'm not going to talk too much or so, waste much time on that aberration that they call election. But the fallout from that election is what I will touch upon very briefly. We, of course, and our leader has said it without time and number. He has shouted on this very platform, this hallowed Radio Biafra platform, for our people to look back homewards. In fact, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took this message from where our eternal leader Chukwuemeka Odumegwu left that message. We could remember that he was the person that opened what is now known as Trade Fair Market in Festac, I believe in Festac area of Lagos State. And when they called the general to open this place, a man of valor, a hero, a warrior, shed tears. He shed tears because he knows, he has seen what will happen. And he was wondering why our people could not take this development that they are about, or they have already made in Lagos State, why they will not take it down to Biafra land, where it will be safe. But we know that is history for now, and we know what is happening. It is in the same vein that I wish to enjoin Biafrans in diaspora, and by diaspora this time I mean those in Nigerian diaspora. Whether you are in the western region of the zoo, or the northern region of the zoo, or the central region of the zoo, your face must turn homeward, to our homeland, to Biafra land, from tonight. Your face must turn homeward. At least you must begin, if you have families, you must begin to make arrangements to make sure your family are safe in Biafra land. There is no part of the zoo as we speak that is safer than our homeland. And IPOB ESN has made that possible. And it's not only that we have made it possible, it is our duty. It is our duty to continue to ensure that our land is safe for our people to return home and carry out their businesses and live their life. The Igbo diaspora in the zoo, those of you especially who have now learned, although in a very disappointing and hard way, that Nigeria is not for you. IPOB is here to tell you tonight that you have a home. You have a home, and your home is patiently waiting for your return. The homeland of Biafra is waiting for your return and expecting, or rather very expectant, that you will bring that and those developments you have used in developing other nations, that wisdom, that gift, that special endowment from heaven that you all have used to develop other parts of the other people's land. Also, our land is expectant that you will come home and make our land a place of joy and happiness, a place that is developed in standard comparable to any in the world, if not better. In this vein, therefore, the IPOB leadership is tonight asking every person that at the moment is stationed in the area called Law Banta in Abia State. We understand that that place called Law Banta is called a cattle market. Yes, cattle market. Cattle is good, but we have a very pressing, more important need for that land for our people who will be returning home from other parts of the zoo. Law Banta will be designated, in fact, is tonight designated as the site of a modern trade fair center in Biafra land. In fact, when I say modern trade fair center, this place is not going to be a market that is, when we talk about market, we sometimes in our minds we think about, very urgently put up, structures, bachas, and all the rest. No, that is not our idea. Because any structure that we begin, or we midwife in Biafra land, from this very moment will be a structure that people will come and look at it, and they will say, yes, indeed, these are people who are blessed with anything that a man or a woman or a human being can be blessed with. What I'm therefore saying is that Lord Anta, having been designated from tonight as a place where a very, very humongous modern trade center will be erected in conjunction with the newly elected government in Abia State. I am asking the leadership of the trade fair market, let's say the leaders of the Biafran people in Lagos, those who are doing their business in trade fair Lagos, your leadership must put themselves together and send a delegation to the newly elected governor of other state. You send a delegation to him and make a formal request for Lord Anta to be made available for a construction of a modern trade fair center. If in the course of this communication with the governor you encounter any problem, please do not hesitate to communicate with IPOB leadership, and we will do the rest. This trade fair center, in fact, the architecture of it will also be one that should be agreed upon unanimously between the market leaders, IPOB leadership, and of course the state government of Abia State. Other markets like Ladipo Market, Mushi Market, what do you call them? The spare parts market in Lagos. Your leadership as well should put yourself together and enter into a conversation or communication with the Anambra State governor, the present governor of Anambra State, that is Chukwuma Soludo. We have Newi, we have Onitsha. You have to just make your choice, and either the existing markets will be expanded tremendously, or a second part of what we call a second area or land will be made available to construct also a modern market for these people in Ladipo, Mushi, and those who are specifically dealing on spare parts business. Now, another issue that is happening in the zoo, which is also a result of their misguided selection process, is the upcoming census that they are planning that will take place. Of course, we understand, we heard that they are hoping, or they are intending to postpone this coming census. But that is not our concern, whether they postpone the census or whether they hold it tomorrow. Our concern is the message I'm going to pass on to Biafrans tonight. And that message is a very direct one. Any day that the zoo decides, if we are still within its enclave as part of the zoo, but I am hoping as well that they will not carry out this census anymore, or they will carry it out after Biafrans have left the zoo, and they can count themselves and know how many they are. But we will not be just hoping. We will look look ahead of them. And in that sense, in that regard, any day that they choose to do this census, this count of those who inhabit the zoological republic of the damnable country called Nigeria, Biafrans, wherever you may be in that part, apart from Biafra land, wherever you may be in any part of the zoo, you must head homewards. You must head homewards. Somebody was telling me, even when we hear before they even conclude and say census, we already will be preparing our bags to head home where we must be counted. We must be counted in Biafra land if this census ever takes off the ground or if they ever decide to carry it out. And because of this, we will bring out jingles. We will bring out jingles to inform our people all over zoo, for them to know the importance of adhering to these very directly when and whenever the zoo decides to count its inhabitants. They must know that the politics of census, they will use Biafrans to continue to do politics of census anymore. We will go in our land, and if they wish, if we are still with them, if we are still part of the zoo at that time, we will go into our lands and be counted. I'm not saying you should stay where you are and don't come out. No. You must head home. You must head home as if it were the time of Christmas, when, of course, majority of us also head home, families and, of course, relatives. So this message will continue to be made available to our people until, of course, we are assured or we are certain that the objective has been achieved. There is something that many of you who may have been listening, or those who listened from the time our leader was extraordinarily and wickedly and criminally renditioned from Kenya to Nigeria. I can remember that one of my first broadcasts, I harped upon the very underlying key principles of what propels us, what has made us what we are and who we are. I said that IPOB is built upon the principle of command and control. And this command and control has been the tool which our leader has used to unite us, to build us, and to make us what we are today. And IPOB leadership cannot jettison this very principle. But behind the policy of command and control, the issue of discipline, Oyendu has also always harped upon the leadership and the led to be disciplined. Because the cause we are pursuing is one that without discipline, we will go the path of many that have come before us, not only as it concerns us as a people, not only as it concerns our struggle for a free Biafra nation, but as it concerns other nations around the world, those who have the desire to be free, but along the line, they could not reach their objective because they did not place worth on discipline. Command and control and discipline, they are two key elements for the truly hardcore IPOB family members. Those who have remained faithful, those who have followed our leader from 2012. Let me start from 2012. From 2012 up to this very year we are in, up to this very night. Those of you who have remained unwavering, focused, dedicated, very, very determined, you have exemplified in your actions that you understood what command and control and discipline is all about, that you have understood what role these two very key elements have played in our lives and in our struggle. And I want to enjoin you to continue on that part because it shall no longer be long. And the trumpet will blow. The trumpet will blow to the glory of Chukwuabiama, and the joy and gladness that will exude from Biafrans will be one that has not been seen before. But we are therefore asking all of you to remain as focused as you have always been. Do not let yourself be distracted by those who have been sent for the singular reason to distract us, to try to derail us, to redirect our course, and our IPOB family members must remember and always bear in mind that, as Chinedu always said, it is we who determine the agenda upon which the zoo must walk, not the other way around. We cannot be dictated to on what to do or the agenda to follow. Therefore, it's very imperative and very paramount that for us not to allow ourselves to be dictated to, we must have our eyes on the ball. There is nothing else this leadership is pursuing, nothing else than to ensure that Chinedu is back with us and to ensure that Biafra comes. There is no third or any extraneous matter that takes our time, that occupies our thoughts and our minds. These two issues is what we think about day and night. And even though you may not hear our voices, like I said, we are walking according as the Spirit of heaven directs and leads us. You can also remember, I am speaking very, very, I'll be quoting Chinedu professionally this very night because his messages are like yesterday. His messages are like yesterday. And he always tells us that timing is key to what we do as freedom fighters. Timing. You may have a very wonderful idea, suggestion, but the timing may not be proper to implement, to carry it out. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because there are actions that have taken place in Biafra land that has cost us a lot. It cost us blood. It cost the lives of our people. And not only that, it took us a couple of months backwards to where we were before. And I can assure all of you that such actions are deliberately set up in order to delay our march to freedom. But my joy is, even though we mourn those we have lost, my joy is that the enemy has forgotten that this very movement is not being propelled by a man or a woman born by a woman. This very movement, you see us, you hear us, you know our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, yes. You know members of DOS, yes. We are the face, that's correct. But the hand propelling this movement is something that many who are not in spirit cannot fathom, cannot understand. That is the reason. Somebody may wake up one day and begin to say, everywhere is too quiet. My goodness me, everywhere is too quiet, yeah? Then therefore you believe you can raise dust, and you go out of your way in an indisciplined manner to cause havoc to what we are doing. Our people say in our language, for those who do not understand the Igbo language, it is our culture. We believe that each, in fact, it's not just we, but I will focus on Biafrans. It is our belief that every one of us has a guiding spirit. And when you move ahead of your guiding spirit, then you leave yourself unguided, and you leave yourself open to the attack of those who hate you, who are envious of you, who are jealous of you, who do not want anything good out of you, and who wish you downfall. We must learn that this movement, as Chinedu has already, physically on this very platform, done what was asked of him and handed it over to heaven, to Chukwu Abiyama. We, those whom he left temporarily to be in charge, we cannot go back. We will not go back from that decision and action that he has taken. And that is why we continue to let ourselves be guided by heaven. That is why we continue to let ourselves be guided by the spirits that guide our land, and of course by the spirit of our ancestors. And I can assure you, as we continue in this path, that is my confidence that Biafra is around the corner. That is my confidence that our leader rejoining us is just a matter of time, and he will rejoin us. And we will continue together to march homewards to our homeland, which is Biafra. It is because of these rogue actions that has its root from indiscipline that I am going to address people in Biafra land tonight on a matter that has also been brought to our attention. And that is to say that the IPOB leadership has not approved any form of protest by our mothers, our wives, or our women in Biafra land. Whether this protest is being planned tomorrow or today or in the future, this is not approved by this leadership. And anyone who is intending to come out to do a protest in Biafra land must sign that plan and of course, do away with that decision. Prayer for our leader, of course, yes. Prayer for Chinedu in Biafra land, yes. But not rallies. And no protest is authorized. Chinedu himself has passed time without number. Message through our legal representatives that Biafra land must be calm. It must be calm. And we have been able to bring Biafra land to a reasonable calmness. And this will afford us to focus on those things that is important for our liberation and for the freedom of our leader. Therefore, those that are spiritually discerning will understand that truly Chukwuka is the one directing our feet, directing our actions, and of course directing our thoughts, and all tailored and geared towards ensuring that the children of heaven, that we regain our freedom in order that we may worship Chukwuka in all truth and in all honesty. So, when Chinedu says that Biafran restoration is a divine project, he knows what he's talking about. And I want all of you tonight as well to bear that in mind. Don't run faster than your shadow. There is a leadership in place. And that leadership is working not only directly with what Chinedu has put in place. We know what he wants us to do. We know the actions he wants us to take. Because he taught us and he placed us here. And above all, we are guided by heaven because this is a heavenly project. The time of the zoo selection has come and gone. Many of you, many of our people who decided, who thought that there could be, perchance, there could be an alternative to freeing our people, through going through the corrupted political election process of the zoo. Many thought that, why not give it a try? And for us, because, like I said, it is not by the power of, it is not by our power. Heaven will allow you to make a mistake. And when you have realized your mistake, you seek back the face of heaven and seek for proper direction on a particular issue or in a particular matter that concerns you. those who were of that opinion, you were led freely to pursue to a logical conclusion that you believe. And I'm sure that by now, many of you will have seen the handwriting on the wall. I am sure that by now, many of you will be wondering, why did I in the first place even, why did I thought it wise to give the zoo a chance? Many of you were broken by the result of what has come out of that journey that you embarked upon. IPOB is a big family. It's and Biafra that we are pursuing is for all Biafrans. It is based on that I am this evening asking all Biafrans must queue behind the leader of this great movement. All Biafrans, without exception, whether you are a politician or you are an academia, or you are a student, whatever you may be, it is time. The time has come for every one of us to queue behind the supreme leader of this great movement, Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu, and of course,